So the Washington Post has this report out that shows what happened leading up to Israel's illegal and offensive attack on Iran. As you all know, they killed top military officials, top political officials, but they also attacked apartment buildings and killed a bunch of civilians as well. In fact, I read one breakdown that says about 90% of those killed were civilians in Israel's attack on Iran. And so the Washington Post got their hands on these basically threatening phone calls made by MOSSAD agents to people in the Iranian government, likely the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and maybe, military officials as well, where they basically tell them, like, hey, dog, we're about to murk your ass, get the fuck out of there, right? Like, basically leave Iran. What they want is, hey, hand the government over to the son of the Shah, Reza Pahlavi, so there's a new secular dictator who's an Israeli and U.S. puppet, right? That's what they want. But what's incredible to me is that you had all these pro-Israel accounts on Twitter that were sharing this and sort of bragging about MOSSAD and how effective they are. And it's just like the beeper attack that they did against Hezbollah, which also killed a lot of civilians, including children, right? But look at this from Omar Badr. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you because it's in a different language. I'm not sure if it's Arabic or if it's Farsi, but it's in a different language. It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds of these like threatening voicemails. But here's one part in there. They say, we will hit you, your family, your children, everyone with the dirt. I only call to tell you, look, as long as there's time. So Omar Badr says, is there anything more depraved than the Israeli government explicitly threatening to kill the children and families of Iranian officials and Eylon Levy bragging about this terrorism in public? And that's the point. Like a story running in the Washington Post basically saying Mossad are colossal terrorists. And you get, hooray, cheer, yay, from some in U.S. media, but more importantly, the pro-Israel accounts that run cover for their genocide in Gaza and now run cover for their illegal and offensive attack on Iran. So, wow. But I have some more for you. So, as you know, Trump came out the other day, literally out of the blue, and was like, amazing, I got a ceasefire. Both sides agree. It's incredible. Ceasefire. It starts in 6 hours for Iran and 12 hours for Israel. We're done here. Yay. And then the Iranian government came out and said, that's not true. We didn't get any ceasefire proposal. But then 20 minutes later, a different Iranian government official came out and said, we do have a ceasefire. But then Iranian Press TV came out, that's their state media, and said, we don't have a ceasefire. And then what happened then was Israel launched on Tehran, massive bombing campaign on Tehran. Then Iran launched like massive waves of bombings back at mostly southern Israel. And so after the ceasefire was announced, you had a bunch of shooting back and forth. And then Trump was asked about the next day, and he's like, they've been fighting for so long that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? Now, Crystal and I were saying, is this just part of the act? Is this just kayfabe? Is this more fake diplomacy to like let Israel reload? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know the answer to it. Maybe Trump like did the illegal and offensive bombing and just wants to declare victory and move on. But guess what? The Israel lobby doesn't want to. Netanyahu doesn't want to. The name of their mission is Operation Rising Lion, which alludes to the Persian flag before the Iranian government, and that had a lion on it. That's the point, is they want to bring back the secular dictatorship where the leader is a puppet to the West. But we've now gotten some more information since then, which shines some light on the direction that they're going to go. So here's I-24 News English, and this is what the Israeli government is saying. Let's watch.
Prime Minister Netanyahu says that all of Israel's war goals have been met in Iran. Do you agree with that assessment?
I think most of Israel's war goals have been met in the sense that the three main existential threats to Israel's very existence here in the Middle East have been severely rolled back, and that is Iran's nuclear program, multiple strikes against sites by the U.S. and Israel, the missile program, production, launching capabilities, the whole manufacturing chain, up and down the chain, has been struck severely by Israel. And the command structure of the IRGC and various commanders who were in charge of coordinating and operating Hamas, Hezbollah, also eliminated. These are not commanders that are easily replaced. Just like Qasem Soleimani was not easily replaced, nor Hassan Nasrallah, these commanders in the IRGC will not easily be replaced. So when you look at the whole package, I think Israel achieved most of its goals, rolled back most of the existential capabilities that it wanted to roll back, and therefore it's in a position to give this ceasefire a chance, but with no delusions, because I think Israel is going to be wanting to enforce and preserve its gains, and the only way that it can be sure that it will do that is to respond to intelligence kinetically of any Iranian attempts to rebuild these capabilities.
In other words, we reserve the right to keep bombing as we see fit. And as this person points out, Israeli media reports from today and yesterday are indicating that there is a push to attempt to apply the South Lebanon model onto the entirety of Iran, making it a place where they can regularly strike under a ceasefire without a real fear of retaliation. And we also have this that came out. Israel's top general says, quote, "The campaign against Iran is not over. We've concluded a significant chapter, now entering a new phase." So understand something. As Ken Klippenstein reported, as Seymour Hersh reported, the green light behind the scenes was given a while ago for legit regime change. That's the main goal, is regime change. And now we're in a position where the Israeli government is not playing hide the ball as much as Trump seems like it is, right? Trump is, trying to make it seem, it's done, it's over, we got a ceasefire. But again, is that just part of the kayfabe, part of the act, part of the theater? Let Israel reload, and then we go right back into it. Because the logic has been building up to this from 2018. From when Trump pulled out of the Iranian nuclear agreement, the die was cast. At that point, it was a wrap. That was basically the undeclared war on Iran. Then you have the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. Then now you have Israel illegally and offensively striking Iran first. Then Trump bombing the nuclear sites. So my guess is this is nowhere near over yet. This is nowhere near over yet. I hope it is, right? And honestly, the best thing for Iran moving forward would be to get that nuke ASAP. That's the only way they can ensure that the U.S. and Israel cannot do regime change. And the U.S. has broadcast this to the world in the most obvious way possible, right? Look at the Libya model. You have Gaddafi gave up his weapons of mass destruction, then he was sodomized with a bayonet and overturned, and now Libya is a failed state with open slave markets. You have, look at Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un has a nuke. They can't fuck with him. Even though they want to, they can't, because it's too dangerous. So for Iran, the best thing to do right now would be to get a nuke ASAP. And my guess is, with the reporting that Trump was not able to get any of their actual enriched uranium, they might have the capability to do that and do that quickly. So we shall see, but Israel is already broadcasting that we're not quite done here yet. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.